Welcome to Any-Foody's kitchen. Thank you for joining me today. I will be making a family favorite for the holidays, stuffed mushrooms. Let's get to it. I have a bag of just little mushrooms. I recommend getting the bigger ones, however, in the stores near where I live, they don't really have that. So we're going to start off with taking out the little stems. Now that we have all that done, we're going to get that washed and I'll be right back. Now these fun guys. I'm going to let those drain for a couple of minutes. Now we're going to start chopping the stems. We want them finely cut into small little cubes. I'll show you. We're going to set those aside and we're going to chop some green onions and half a yellow onion. We're going to start the stove with half a stick of butter, so basically a 1/4 cup of butter. Now that that's done, we're going to add in our onions first and we're going to let those caramelize. While that's cooking, we're going to line a baking sheet with parchment paper. Now that that's done, we're going to add in our mushrooms. The little roofs up. They don't need to be spaced apart. They can be all jumbled together. We're going to take some teriyaki sauce. We're going to pour very little just so the base is built. Now that our onions are almost done, we're going to add in our green onions and our mushrooms. Make sure we get... I'm going to put that back on the stove until the mushrooms are done. While that's cooking, I'm going to add in about a teaspoon of Bourbon molasses seasoning, a teaspoon of cumin, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, and about a teaspoon of hot sauce. I'm also going to add in a teaspoon of pepper and about a tablespoon of our teriyaki sauce. I'm going to preheat my oven to 400 while we're waiting for this to finish cooking. Now that that's done cooking, I'm going to add in about 3 of these little Ritz cracker baggies, but I crushed them already. We're going to give that a good mix in. I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese, 5 pieces of crushed or crumbled bacon. You can add more. And about 4 handfuls of cheese. Now I'm going to cook that again until the cheese completely melts, consistently stirring so that it doesn't get I'm going to let that cool for a couple minutes. And while it's cooling, I'm going to let you guys know about a gluten-free substitute for the Ritz crackers. I typically use crushed Rice Krispies, about 2 to 3 cups, depending on how thick of a consistency you would like for your stuffing for the mushrooms. Bringing those mushrooms back now, and we're going to fill them. I made little balls and I just stuff them in there. I like to leave a little mountain left over. There we go. Now that these are filled, I'm going to put them in the oven. Average time that I cook them for with this size is 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how well you like them cooked and the size. Sometimes it can take longer, sometimes it can take shorter, but today I'm going to do 10 to 15 minutes. Fresh out of the oven, I'm going to let these cool before we taste them. If you're taking these to a party, I recommend either halfway cooking them or not cooking them at all and finishing them at the house that you're going to be visiting. Now that these are cool, and because I didn't make them gluten-free today, I'm going to have my helper come to try them for me. Okay? Here, try one of these.
Really good.
Thank you for joining me today in Any-Foody's kitchen. If you try this recipe and have any questions, comment down below and I'll do my best to answer them. Join me next time for my next recipe.